Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and or girls. I'm your host, Greg Romero Wilson, and this is Fantasy Football Harsh Reality. Now, this is, now I did one episode of the pre-draft where I was talking about running backs, and I meant to do more of that. It didn't work out because I've been very busy. I'm a very in-demand actor and comedian. But I had my first big draft today, which was for my league of record. You know that one league that means more to you than anything else in like the other leagues, you like the other leagues, but there's that one that you labor over, that the burns burn just a little bit more. That is my league of record, which is called the Silent Nation League, after my man right here, Mr. Nation himself, Scott Berman.
To hear such amazing words from you fill my heart with joy that when you are such a consummate professional, and I respect your opinion and your information much.
You got me into fantasy football.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was your league when you guys were forming this new league. You were like, hey, you got to try this thing. We're doing this fantasy football league. And here's the thing. I had just gotten
Is this real?
Yes. I just got into a relationship with the woman that is now my wife. And I realized that when you're in a committed relationship, suddenly you need a hobby. Because when you're not, for a man, we spend like 90% of our brain power trying to figure out how to get laid. And once you know how you're getting laid, you suddenly have all this brain power available to do something. And this is why dads have hobbies. You know why your dad used to paint trains that went nowhere? Because your mom was taking care of business. And so he's like, I guess I got nothing to do. I guess I'll paint a train. Put it in a little fake tree. And just, you know what, I'm just going to watch him go round and round.
I thought we were going to do a fantasy cast, and you are into a whole new fucking
This is what I do.
It's brilliant, though.
It's
a great routine. I love this, that we're doing this right now.
So we finally now, with this hobby that you turned me on to, that has become a huge part of my life.
All right, so we've just done our draft.
This is the first one of the season. It's the most important one to me. And
of course, we're having, our arguments of who had the best draft and what's what. And
okay, no one's having this argument. He's having
an argument
because he was rated like 4th. And he had spent 30 minutes.
Out of 10, by the way, which is pretty
trying to
good.
Explain how his team was definitely the best. Definitely the best.
Well, we're going to go through it right now. That's the thing. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I think it's important we talk about it.
I think let's chop it up.
Do you mind if I begin this?
You go. Yes, this is the team, and this is in our draft right now.
I'm going to just tell you what my team is by position. My quarterbacks are both Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson.
I agree. Wait a minute. I agree with you with what you're thinking right now. Lamar Jackson's a little bit of you're gambling.
Aaron Rodgers.
Also gambling, because let's face it, we don't know what this offense is like. We've heard the grumblings about them not getting along, and let's be honest, the only thing that can ruin a great athlete's season is a shitty fucking coach.
But not Aaron Rodgers.
And LaFleur may be a fucking shit.
No, he can't ruin Aaron Rodgers. He can't ruin Aaron Rodgers. I don't care how good or bad or whatever, evil, whatever. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's Aaron Rodgers. No.
Be done.
You know what? Spoiler alert, one of his fucking quarterbacks, I shouldn't have said the F word.
It's okay, it's a podcast.
I shouldn't have said that. One of his quarterbacks is Tom Brady.
Yes.
So,
who I got in like the 12th round. To back up Baker
all I've gotten
Mayfield.
Through so far is my quarterbacks, which are, by the way, Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. Here are my running backs. Now pay close attention, because this is where I destroy and dominate my entire league. That's
why you got the 4th best rating.
Yahoo doesn't know.
They don't know. Although, to be clear, wait a minute. To be clear, though,
why?
I absolutely do not believe that these draft grades have any bearing on reality and the real season. They never are a true indicator. It's like when you read one of those lists in Variety magazines, like top 10 comics to watch, and then you never hear from any of them. So, that's how I feel about it.
So then it's good that I was 4th.
Right, I mean, that's the thing. Like,
out of 10.
We'll know at the end of the season what the true ranking is, because that's what the standings will be at the end of the season.
Correct. Now, allow me again to continue with my running backs.
Yes, please, the running backs, yes. Very important.
James Conner You may have heard of him.
Now, you got him as a keeper.
13th round.
Which, by
pick.
the way, as you know, if you watched my pre-draft special about RBs, you know I was saying Connor's not the guy I could take as a bust. I really think the whole cancer story, he's never taken anything for granted, and I think he maybe even has a better season this year than last season.
So a 13th round pick is amazing.
It's truly pretty fucking amazing.
Well, that's how it fucking starts.
That's how
but really, that's almost how it ends.
And then it drops right off. Yeah, that's right.
No, then Dalvin Cook.
The ambulance himself.
He is prone to injury.
Yes.
However, I believe that this is the year that he finally stays healthy. He shows us who he really is, and he just destroys, dominates. He is a weapon that people are afraid of, that it's going to come back and bite you. He's going to show you. You're like, you know what? I wish I had more faith at Dalvin Cook, because I just thought maybe he would get injured.
And the reality is this:
he won't get injured.
I would love to see that happen.
Yeah, well, good. Me too.
It might.
It will. It's going to happen. And you know what? If it doesn't, guess what else I've got?
The law of averages are not in his favor.
Fine.
He loves...
Let's just, you know what?
Listen, wait a minute. Let's talk about something else, too.
Okay.
When he gets injured, he doesn't get like a strain.
That's...
Okay? He gets season injury.
It's ACL.
Season-ending injuries. Yes.
It's MCL.
It's fucking horrific every time.
It's surgery.
Yes. It's
rehab.
And we hope to have him back
IR.
for next season.
It's
so,
IR.
Right. So, I'm sorry. I don't trust him.
How many weeks do you think before he winds up on IR?
3.
That's so wrong.
But a glorious 2.5.
A glorious 3. A glorious 2.5.
Not even
3. Not even a full 3.
At that halfway mark, he's out.
Okay, well, let's say he doesn't work out, but I think he will. Let's say he doesn't. What if you then have Josh Jacobs and David Montgomery behind him?
Listen, what do you
think about that?
To be honest, I'm very jealous of these picks. These are really smart picks. However, because I do think you should get rookie talent, especially at the running back position, that's where you want to invest in rookies. However, let's be honest, he went with Josh Jacobs in the
3rd round.
3rd round.
And David Montgomery in the 4th round.
Which David Montgomery was, but they were both more like 4 or 5. Josh Jacobs was not a 3rd rounder.
He was for me.
Right, you reached for him. That's what I'm
I
saying.
could have taken Devontae Freeman, I believe, there instead. I don't know. I'm not looking at the that shit.
No,
yet.
Devontae Freeman had already been picked up.
I think I could have. I think Devontae Freeman was still there. I think I could have had him over Jacobs.
Over Jacobs. No, yes, at that point.
I could have.
Yes, actually,
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know for a fact.
No, you're right.
I believe I could have.
Right.
I feel like
that's right. No, because Josh Jacobs was just so wildly out of place.
That was probably my best.
That it was just weird.
But I still said, you know what? Devonta Freeman, here's another guy who has missed a whole year from injury. He's injury prone. It's just like all these other problems. But I look at, if I'm going to take a chance.
So you got two walking.
A couple
two
of rookies.
human walking boots.
No, I got 2 rookies.
But 2 great rookies.
Who
are coming in undamaged, ready to rock.
Well, James Conner.
Let me tell you something. I think you're going to find it. No, not James Conner. The other 2.
Dalvin Cook.
Yes, and Devontae Freeman. Those 2 are. Human.
I don't have him.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've got Josh Jacobs.
So anyway,
David
but
Montgomery.
the point is, you're gonna.
And Eckler and Jordan Howard. Those are all my running backs. Eckler. Because this guy right here has Melvin Gordon, and you know what? Melvin Gordon's not going to play for 8 effing games, bruh. I've got the starting running back for those 8 games.
Let me ask you, where's this 9-game? Where's this come from?
It's my belief. It's a strong belief. It's an inner feeling. It's a piece to something.
So you just made up a number.
Yes, it feels real to me.
You're like, this is the number.
It feels real to me.
Okay, and I would just like to remind our viewers that last year when Melvin Gordon was out, Austin Eckler got his chance to lead the team. And you know what they did? They lost both fucking games. So don't think for 1 second Austin Eckler is going to show up being a different fucking running back this year, because he's not.
Catches.
No, and here's the other thing. He's going to drop Austin Eckler for Justin Jackson in week 2.
That's possible.
Yes.
And I am afraid of that.
And that will happen.
I will not deny that I am afraid of that.
And by then, both Dalvin Cook oh no, you don't have Devontae Freeman, but Dalvin Cook will be out by then. So
I think you're totally wrong, man. But if look,
listen,
maybe
he
he's
may
right.
have that season though, where he keeps it
Look,
together. But
maybe
I
he's
don't
right.
think he can do it.
Let's say you do lose Dalvin Cook, which was my 2nd overall pick. Even if I lost him, to have David Montgomery and Josh Jacobs and Aaron Eckler and Jordan Howard and
now I was jealous of Jordan
Eckler,
Howard. I sharked him at 1 pick real good, but he sharked me out of 2.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson, who I wanted. I think Robbie's
Yeah, I
going to
took
have
him.
a spectacular year.
Top of the seven.
I think he's going to be like a star.
Yeah, he's pretty
by
good.
the end of the season.
If he doesn't wind up in jail.
Right.
Because he totally
on
could.
a weed charge.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, no, who knows what? I mean, this guy's a problem. I mean, he's not...
But so talented.
So incredible, but he may wind up in jail. Like,
so I think he will be right there.
So Robbie Anderson.
So he shot Robbie Anderson and Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard was on my queue, and he was somebody that I think might have a chance to really show what they could do.
All right, now hold on.
Now, that being said, they've made it clear he's part of a committee, and that Miles Sanders is going to be the RB1.
Who got Miles Sanders in our league?
I don't know, somebody did, but yeah.
Probably Jeff. I like him.
Yeah, Miles Sanders is...
Miles Sanders is a great pickup. I don't
but
know who
again,
got him.
still a committee, so
I don't know who got him.
I'm not too excited.
Kamish? Was it Kamish?
Maybe Kamish.
Maybe Tony.
I won't
call him what Mesh
Ian
calls.
Dick Tony?
That was Greg. I wouldn't say it.
That's true. I did say Ian
So
Dick Tony.
I said it twice now. I've told you my quarterbacks, my running backs. Now here are my wide receivers: Devontae Adams, Kenny Galladay, Robbie Anderson, Cortland Sutton. Not bad, man. Not bad. Not bad. I think it's pretty good. My tight end is weird. But whatever. I mean, we can move our tight ends around. Mark Andrews for now, and who knows? Maybe he's great.
he drafted
Maybe he's great.
Mark.
I don't know.
But I
Maybe
will
he's
say
great.
this:
Maybe he's great.
In
I don't know.
reality, Mark Andrews looked pretty fucking good
He
in
could be good.
preseason.
He could be pretty
I'm
good.
not gonna lie, he looked real
Thank you
fucking
very
good.
much. So I took a shot.
And this is a team that does believe in using its tight ends. I liked Hayden Hurst, but he couldn't stay on the fucking field.
Yeah. Now there was a weird moment
The
in our draft.
commish
Got
has
Miles Sanders. That's what I thought. I knew it was either him or Tony.
Yep.
Good job, Nick. Although, I don't know. I thought your draft was better until we read it all out loud, and then I feel like it wasn't as good as ours. I feel like ours was better than... But you had some good picks. My defense, this is where I have to talk to the people here. It's fun. Greg and I are so close, and we both really care so much. And we
both put a lot of effort into this.
We really work
hard.
hard.
It really doesn't deserve this much effort.
It's too much effort. We put
but
in
we
too
love
much
it,
effort.
and we do it, so there it is.
And it should be looked at as a negative. And
a mania.
A mania.
Yes.
Yeah. It's on the negative. It's a con. It's not a pro.
By the way, I've been made aware that when I drink water or something on the mic, that's fucking horrible. I'm so sorry for anyone that I'm completely horrified by drinking water in the microphone. Scott was like,
"You're welcome. You're welcome.
Can I give you
one tip? A pro tip. Here's a pro tip."
I was like, "Are you serious?" I forgot it's even up there. I'm eating right now on the mic. It's so bad. We got nuts. We got
That's how you do
booze.
it. That's how you do it.
There you go.
But I wanted desperately Baltimore's defense, and I thought, it's perfect because someone's going to take Chicago, and then Baltimore was like ranked what? Seventh. Now I looked at them as number one, to be quite frank. I mean, Chicago's supposed to be, but I still think I would have taken Baltimore if I had a choice between those two.
Well, and that's the thing. I've been considering
Chicago and
defenses
Baltimore.
for a couple rounds already.
Yeah, it really got me.
Because
He really got me.
Because the Ravens were so far down on that list and nobody had really drafted any defenses yet, I felt like I was safe for another 2 to 3 rounds.
And the pick before me, he was the pick before me. And here's
how it goes. Here's how it goes.
Sucks.
We're 2 picks away from me and then him. Okay?
I
have Baltimore queued up. It is my queued up, top of the page, fucking team, ready to draft. Okay? And I literally go to the bar and I go, guys, this is going to be my fastest pick of the draft. Because I was 2 rounds deeper on them than I thought I would have to wait.
He did say that.
So in my mind, without question, because I've been laboring down to the last second. When you're looking at the time go down and you hate that person on the other side, you're like, what the fuck are you waiting on?
We were all guilty this
I was getting down to the last 10.
It was a great draft. Our league is great.
And I'm like, fine. Okay,
yes.
So
But
this one, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna pick so fast.
So yes.
I've already decided. There will be no thought whatsoever.
And then here I look at the computer and I say,
he looks at his computer and he yells out.
I did. I wanted Baltimore. I thought somebody had picked Baltimore.
For some reason, he
I
was
don't know
looking at his
why.
queue.
I don't know why I thought this.
And thought
I thought it was
drafted
somebody
him.
picking my queue.
So he goes, I thought someone drafted Baltimore. And I go, what? But then it still said it was in my queue. And I'm like, what? No.
Wait a
And
minute.
then everybody else was like, no, Baltimore's still out there. And then it goes, ding, it's
And
your
then
turn.
It's Greg. And I was like, well, he said, well, I hate to do it.
I
but
go
know
by and
what
I'm like,
gonna do now.
guys, I hate to do this, but this is...
But he did
and
say,
it was
though,
still my fastest pick of the entire
he did
draft.
Say it was going to be his best pick, his fastest pick. He had it all queued up. But here I yell out. It was so effed up.
He really, somehow, there's a shred of him that
I did-
still believes, possibly because he yelled it out, that
There
I then
is.
got the idea.
That's true.
But
I'll never not believe that.
much like he said, I was in 1,000% agreement from the eye test, which you know from my podcast before. To me, the eye test is the most important test. The rankings, the projections, whatever.
Yeah, week one
the
versus
eye
Miami.
test tells you everything. And what I've seen from this Ravens defense in the preseason, the tenacity. They have the number one defense. And I believe
All right,
that in my
fine.
soul.
So he got Baltimore on me, but you know what my consolation was?
Jordan Howard.
No, the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, the Rams. Exactly. And I said of all the consolation
if that's a
prizes-
consolation, you did say that at our draft.
that's true because there's
It's a
still
hell of
going to
a
be an
consolation.
amazing fucking defense.
But between me and you, the audience, and I believe that most people probably have the Rams ranked higher.
They
But-
are, absolutely.
But I believe that Baltimore will be the better defense this year. You can mark it right now. And the fact that Greg, and the way, and I effed it up and thought that I was already picked, it was all so messed up. It all happened right at that
there was a
moment.
lot more in this bottle before the draft.
No, that's
started.
not, that's the regular Jameson, not the stout.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot more of the stout.
It all counts.
There's a lot more of the
It all counts.
Yeah, it does. Enjoy. But yeah, so my consolation is Los Angeles Rams. And then I have Brett Maher as my kicker. So, so whatever. So Mark Andrews, right? So I guess a lot of my shit comes down to Mark Andrews. It's a pretty big deal. Who's your tight end?
Now, here's the thing.
Oh, Evan Ingram. He's got Evan Ingram.
Here, exactly. When it comes to fantasy football, and I've won a few championships and played for a lot more other championships that I lost, but I mean, I've won quite a few. And I'm a fantasy football elitist. I want an elite player at every single position. And that's my draft strategy. I want an elite wide receiver. I want an elite running back. I want an elite quarterback. I want an elite tight end. And I want an elite defense. And I want an elite kicker. Because as much as people think the
Zerline,
kicker
Greg
doesn't
the
matter,
leg,
Greg
Greg
the
the
leg,
leg.
Zerline, the fucking
He got Greg
Legatron.
the leg.
Listen, the guy is fucking money, and because they know the distance, and last year was the year with the groin injuries. There's been no talk about this year. This year he'll be back, in my opinion, I believe he will be back in full form this season from 2 seasons ago.
So what? Even if he's not, seriously, let's think about it. What round did you take him, by the way? Do you know that? Do you have your shit written down?
I have, but I don't know what round.
See, I've got my stuff written in order here. Did you not keep a notebook? Is your notebook?
No,
up there?
I didn't actually. But listen, here's the thing. Let's go through my team now.
Yes, please. Your
Which,
quarterback,
according to Yahoo, is marginally better than
a
his
B
team.
plus
So,
versus B, which is
Just
ridiculous.
to be clear, that is still, what's the word?
Better.
Better.
It is slightly. It is barely better.
So my quarterbacks,
Yes.
I went with Baker Mayfield because, listen,
Yeah.
if anybody is going to be this year's Patrick Mahomes, aside from Patrick Mahomes, who I think will still be amazing, I think it's Baker Mayfield.
I agree.
I think he's got the wide receivers to do it. He has 2 wide receiver ones. The drop off in talent, you're going from super amazing to still super
Yeah, Jarvis
fucking amazing.
Landry.
Jarvis fucking
As
Landry.
number 2?
Yes.
On almost any other team, he would be a
Being
number one.
He was
And
number
should
1
be a
on
number
this
one.
team last
for
year.
many years.
Last year, he was the number 1 on this team.
Yeah.
And he only took a downgrade to bring his best friend to be on the other side.
This
And
really
Baker
is-
Mayfield is the guy that gets to, who's a total gunslinger.
He
who
is
will-
a gunslinger.
And these are the kind of receivers, especially ODB,
Yeah.
but also Jarvis Landry,
Yeah.
who you can trust, you can put the ball up there, give them a 50-50, and they are going to make those 50-50s
Yeah.
100-100s.
Well,
Okay?
not hundreds. But I would give him
But I'm just
80-20.
saying, right? But I'm just saying,
80-20
exactly.
is pretty big deal.
So you're talking. I just think Baker Mayfield is going to have
Yeah, I like him.
an
I like him.
absolute dynamite breakout
Did
season.
you get a backup
And
quarterback?
if he doesn't,
Yeah.
my backup QB is none other
Oh, you're right. Tom Brady.
Tommy Terrific,
Sorry, yes.
who everyone's just writing off. You know why they're writing off Tom Brady? Because when Tom Brady was like supreme Tom Brady, his numbers were so ridiculous. Like Mahomes versus everybody else, it was him. Everyone else was in the 20s. He was in the 30s every week, okay? But now he's back down there with everybody else in the 20s. And so people are like, Tom Brady. But he's still fucking Tom Brady. And you can count on him to throw the ball.
Okay, let me just put a pin in this for a moment and say that I believe that this year you're going to see the Patriots run the ball far more than they ever have in the past. They have so much talent at running back, new talent, old talent. They've got so many fucking running backs. They're going to use Sonny Michel quite a bit.
They do love Sonny Michel.
And they're going to use
James White.
Damon Harris?
Damon Harris. That's right.
So he's another one that they're going to use. I believe that they're going to give him a break. Now, this Josh Gordon thing does make... You got him, right? Okay, you know what? Let's go to the rest of your team. I feel terrible. Hold on. But sorry.
So, but we're talking about
the rest
Tom
of your
Brady?
team. The rest of your team, yes. Go.
Let's just go to the wide receivers.
I think they will run a lot more.
Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, look, okay. And the argument is simply this.
Yes.
Okay, look what he could do with Eli Manning, the Forrest Gump of quarterbacks.
It's pretty good.
And he was able to still be a top draft person, okay? And now he has a guy willing to just sling it and let him be the man with fingertips. I'm telling you, what Antonio Brown has been for the last, 11 years or whatever, 7 seasons, this year, it's Odell Beckham Jr. And it's going to be incredible to watch.
You know, it's amazing the amount of the real belief that you have behind this. You're really all in on OBJ.
I really am.
Season. I was bitten once, and I believe that because of that, I will always be tainted.
And that wasn't his fault.
It wasn't, but it's just like everyone has somebody out there that you shouldn't not want them because of what they did in the past, but you don't want them because of what they did in the past.
We know who that is for me.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about him in a minute.
Should we? Okay, yes. Keep going with your
But
team.
Odell Beckham Jr.,
Yes.
I totally believe he is, without question, going to be wide receiver #1 with a bullet all season.
So Tom Brady, and who was your quarterback? Tom Brady?
Baker Mayfield or Tom Brady.
Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady. He's got OBJ.
Okay, so going into my next receiver, he sharked Robbie Anderson for me.
I did.
But I have to say that the guy that I got, I feel, is in an incredible position to succeed, and that's DJ Moore.
It's pretty good.
He's the wide receiver 1 now there. Cam Newton likes him. They have chemistry, and his physical ability seems to be pretty fucking extraordinary at both short and long routes. So for me, the versatility is there. The opportunity is there. And while he isn't one of those guys with the eye test, I'm like, oh, definitely him. I definitely like the upside and where the position he's in.
Hey, who's Cam Newton's backup quarterback?
I don't know.
Exactly. And he may be the one that's going to be taking over. So when you look at the entire team and Cam Newton is in a walking boot currently, you have to take into account the fact that, yes, he would be safe if Cam Newton is the quarterback. You're assuming.
Robbie Anderson has Sam Darnold. So.
True that. You're
So-
right.
so-
Also not, but he's fine.
But I actually believe Sam Darnold's going to have
Sam
a wonderful
Darnold is not
breakout
in a
year.
walking boot.
I think he's going to
Cam
have a
Newton
wonderful
is.
breakout year, and I think he's going to become a one of those guys, a bye-week darling.
A streaming
He's going to be a streaming darling.
A streaming darling.
You're going to be like, oh, get Sam Darnold, great matchup. I think he really is. That is what I actually think is going to happen. But the reality is, you know what? He's still a question mark. Pretty much, as much as whether or not Cam Newton plays. I think they're pretty.
You know what? I think it's just as much of a question mark as Mitch Trubisky. I don't know.
No, Trubisky, I believe
you
a lot
believe
more.
more? See, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I like me some Trubisky.
I don't. I'm not as sure.
I'm far more sure about Trubisky than Darnold.
See, I'm not. I'm not as sold on. I look at them. I look at him, and I say, Darnold has just as much chance, if not better.
I don't know how you.
I really do.
No. With
I
that,
really do.
you know what it is with that defense, the opportunities. It's all there for him, and he did great last year. He did better than Darnold.
Okay, All right,
But
stop.
he wasn't a rookie.
Let's go. Let's keep going. Okay, so your quarterbacks. We got your quarterbacks. They're Baker Mayfield,
there's
Tom
DJ
Brady,
right.
Robbie Anderson, and then
no, you have Robbie Anderson.
Oh, sorry.
I have Odell Beckham Jr. and DJ Moore.
DJ Moore.
And this thing, he's a forgettable fucking player. But like, I'm hoping by the end of the season, everybody knows who he is.
They know who he is.
Running backs. Okay.
Here we go.
This is where it got real interesting. Out of the gate, 8th pick, first round, I went with Todd Gurley.
Pissed me off. By the way, for the record, we haven't talked about it yet. But
We haven't.
It really bothers me. Go on.
Why does it bother you?
Because I didn't expect it, and I thought I was going to steal.
He thought he was going to drop down to the second round,
yes,
and you were going to get
I
him on
was
the
gonna-
turnaround.
yes,
And can I tell you,
yes.
that's why I didn't wait? Because
I would have done
like,
it. I would have done it. I dare you.
Right.
Yes, you're
I
right.
was like, there's no way he makes it to the second round.
I would
can't
never have
risk
let
it.
that happen.
I was like, there's still too much remaining talent. And here's the thing: the guy that I would have taken before him, I wound up getting on the turnaround, OBJ.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I got exactly what I wanted.
Better than what you wanted.
Yes, because I got fucking.
Yeah, dude, you killed it.
Yeah,
that part is great. You
Gurley,
really.
I couldn't
me.
wait.
So you threw me from the start. He really got in my head a few times throughout our draft, and I have
But
to
we were
say,
right next to each other 7-8. So when you mock at 7-8, you're looking at the same groupings of guys. And
Yes.
we both share the same opinion, which is whoever the next ranked guy isn't the guy you have to take. The guy you have to take is in the between that pick and the next pick, and who you believe is the best guy in that group.
I mean, look, I took Josh Jacobs and David Montgomery with 3 and 4. I mean,
Now,
that wasn't right.
He wins,
that wasn't right.
Where he went high for Josh Jacobs,
I did.
I went
I did go high.
in my third round for the love of my life. Listen, this is a guy, I mean, all I can say is reunited and it feels so good. I took Derrick Henry. Now, he was projected right in that grouping. It wasn't that much of a reach.
He can't quit Derrick Henry.
I can't quit you, Derrick.
He can't.
I can't quit you.
That's great for us.
You are my everything. You complete me. You're everything.
For how many weeks will he complete you?
For all season long.
That is a lie.
Let me tell you something
I
right
will
now.
bet you on
Let me tell you
camera.
something
Yes.
right now.
He's not going to last.
He will not win the season in total yards, but in rushing yards from scrimmage, he will be number 1 at the end of the season.
Oh my God.
By a lot.
Can we do this live? I'll put a $20 bet that that's not correct. I will do
I'm
that.
not taking that back because I don't trust.
will do that.
I don't trust him.
Live on
But
camera. I don't trust him. See?
No,
He
no,
doesn't
I
trust
do
him.
though.
Can't trust
I
him.
don't trust him.
He loves
I love
him.
him.
He loves him.
And we all know emotion has nothing
Right.
to do with reason.
Love and trust have nothing to do with one another.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
This is the
Right.
person
You're
that
right.
you know you should stop seeing, but you can't stop
He
fucking
can't
him.
quit. He
You
can't quit.
can't.
He
Like,
can't
you
quit.
get a little drunk, a little licking up, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
Just a little.
I'll just text.
I'll just say hi.
Let me just throw a text out.
Just a second.
Just a hey.
Just a what's up.
Hey,
A
with
winky
two
emoji.
question
A
marks.
winky emoji. With
Hey,
2 questions.
Hey, with 2 question marks, like,
Two.
hey,
Hey.
you.
Question mark.
That's it. 2 question marks. Let them know. I'm really wondering what's up. And that's me and Derrick fucking Henry.
Yeah.
I've believed in this guy since the days of Alabama.
So who else are your running backs? Who else?
So he's number 2. And then, this is the gun.
Todd Gurley, Derrick Henry, and
Melvin Gordon III.
yeah, who won't play till week 9.
Which is a number he made up in
It
his
is a
head.
totally made up.
He didn't even go
number.
see
No, this is just my belief.
a medium
No.
or tarot card reader.
None
He
of
just
that.
was like,
None of
9.
Correct.
Like Tourette's, basically.
Almost.
Predictive Tourette's.
Yeah, predictive Tourette's. I like
Just like,
that.
9.
That's right.
What week is it? 9.
Predictive Tourette's.
He has predictive Tourette's.
Yeah.
I don't know when he's coming back. But
9.
all I know is
Week
that
9.
when he comes back, from that week on, I will have Todd Gurley, Derrick Henry, and Melvin fucking Gordon.
But what if
He doesn't
Melvin
play the whole
Gordon?
season.
No. What if Melvin Gordon gets traded to Houston?
And then again,
This is big for you.
I was gonna say, if he
This
gets
is
traded,
huge. This is huge for Greg.
please put a bow on it and hand me the trophy now.
Right? Do you think
Yes.
do you think it's possible, guys?
I actually am not
Houston?
counting on that
Melvin
at all.
Gordon?
San Diego's keeping him. They will figure it out. He's gonna come in. He's
All
gonna
right,
play.
well then week 8 then. Week 8 or 9.
Whatever week it
Yeah,
is,
dude. He's
by
gonna
week
miss He's
16,
gonna miss a ton of time.
by week 16, I
So
will have.
who else you got? What
So
else
here we
is
go.
your running
Let's keep
backs?
going.
So you have 1 running back so far, Derrick
And then
Henry.
so I have 3 running backs. And then,
Todd Gurley, Derek Henry.
Okay, so then I had to circle back at the end and just pick up some names. I got my own.
His
Before Derrick Henry.
The other kid quit me. I can't quit this other guy too. You have got a crush. He's got such a crush on these guys.
You know why? Because they won me championships back in the day, and I just still love them. Tom Brady, okay, he did it for me, and now Adrian Peterson.
He loves Adrian.
I can't stop loving him.
All day. He loves him all day.
You know why? Watching him run is a privilege.
True. That is true.
When it's just gorgeous.
It is wonderful to
watch him run.
I really do enjoy it myself.
Just the
appreciation.
Yes, boom. I mean,
I know he's fine.
Some guys are beautiful to watch. Walter Payton was one of the most beautiful runners.
Sweetness. Eric Dickerson.
Just
like
gorgeous.
a ballerina.
And not power, just this beautiful style. And also, and I hate to say it, but O.J. Simpson. But
he was very good.
He really was a gorgeous runner.
Not just murder.
Not just a great murderer. An
incredible
runner.
Running, he was
running
really
from
good.
that murder. Nobody looked better.
No wonder he got away.
I'm so sorry.
No wonder he got away. No wonder he got away.
But when Adrian gets going, it is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in football. I fucking love it, and I just like.
I don't blame him.
And he is the RB1, and until Darius Guice can prove he can stay on the field, he's going to remain the RB1. So why not?
Yeah, I think you've got a good 3-4 weeks with Adrian Peterson,
at least.
Not more. You know, I saw him in the preseason.
I don't know. He did all 16 games last year.
I saw him in the preseason, and he looked pretty good. I think better than I expected.
He had some good cuts. His lateral movement was pretty good.
He had some good bursts.
Listen, Adrian, do me a favor.
He was pretty good.
Stop that shit.
What?
You have no more lateral step.
Yeah.
Okay? Pick an angle and go downhill.
North-south.
North-south.
You're a north-south
You
runner.
don't get to go this. You get to go that. That's what you get to do. You get to go, that's it. Or, but not this anymore. Stop that shit.
Is that? Oh, don't you also have LaShawn McCoy speaking?
No, I did not pick up LaShawn McCoy.
So wait, what are your other running
my
backs?
My final running back
yes.
is my. Now you want to talk about week 9,
right?
Okay.
Oh,
Kareem
right,
Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. It's
That's
by the way, it's
right.
week 10. It's not week 9.
Fine,
it's week 10.
Whatever.
In
week 10. Guess what? In week 10.
When he comes back, he's a backup running back.
But let's just talk about potential.
He's potentially a backup running back.
In week 10, I could potentially have Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, and Kareem Hunt. And
I doubt that.
And Derrick Henry.
Well, it does sound pretty good, actually.
On paper, that's down the stretch.
It's not better than Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, and Connor.
I don't know. I feel like you just made my case.
I don't know. I stumbled a bit.
You did. You know why? Because nobody knows who the fuck those people are. No,
that's not true. You guys know. James Conner.
To be honest, by the end of the season, it may be the truth.
Jacobs,
it may be the truth. I went with tried and true. I'm an elitist. He went with younger talent. He went with a possibility.
But I also have Dalvin Cook and James Conner. Those guys find one
James
as an ambulance. One as an ambulance.
You know how I feel about James Conner.
You think he's going to be great.
Yes.
He beat cancer. He's going to fucking kill you. I'm sorry.
I like James Conner.
Trying not to say the F word.
If he'd been available, I might have taken him.
13th round, dude. That's why I didn't keep Mahomes at the 4th. Okay, so those are your running backs.
Tight ends, I have Evan Ingram and my man, Jason Witten. Nobody expects shit from him, but I'm telling you, he's going to come out like a man on fire. Those first 4 games are going to be dynamite.
2 tight ends you have.
Yeah, 2 tight ends. That's what you do.
That's not what you do.
That is what you do.
That is not what you do.
It is what you do.
Don't do that.
Because tight ends get injured too.
Yeah, don't do it.
Get 2 tight ends.
If you need a tight end, go get one. But until then, don't have 2. That's
what you
need to do.
Again, talking about experience, I also went with Emmanuel Sanders as one of my backup, and
Great
Josh Gordon. Again, 2
Josh
guys
Gordon.
with huge upside. Josh
Gordon.
Gordon.
What round did you take him? Do you remember? Does it say that? Do you say it? Does it say that?
Let me take a look. Let me see what it says.
I think you got him in round 7, I want to say.
Something like that.
And that's interesting to me. If it was round 7, I wonder if that is... I don't know, man. I'm not sure Josh Gordon was accurate. Was the best...
But the thing is, listen, he's activated. He's the deep threat. Clearly, they don't trust in N'Keal Harry. If they did, they wouldn't have been bringing in all those other free agents to try out for the fucking job, too.
But we know he's going to do something wrong. We know he's going to do something.
We
do. We've always known. We've known since 2013, bro.
He's not done that. All I need him to do is show up for a couple games.
How many do you need?
As many until
As many as
I
I
need
get.
him to.
How
I
many
need
do you
him.
think you're
You know
gonna
how many
get?
games I
How
need?
many gonna get?
As many games as it take to get Melvin Gordon back on the field.
So you need at least 6 games.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. So maybe 4. We'll say 4 to 6.
4 games. Let's say 4.
4 to 6.
We'll settle on 4.
All right, 4. He's gonna need 4 out of
Josh Gordon, give me 4 games. I guarantee you, he's got 9 in him.
Dude. Who else?
And of course, I managed to grab the Baltimore team, and I got Legatron. This is another position, and guys hate it. They hate the kicker, whatever. No, he's pivotal. Again, I'm an elitist.
He's not
I got an elite fucking kicker.
Okay,
You know
well-
why? So I never have to think about it. I'm playing him unless it's the bye week.
I will always disagree with you on this. I think that a kicker is a superfluous fucking position, and I believe that if we were to get rid of the kicker and add yet another flex
Oh my
position,
God. Well, tell that to the kicker.
I will. I mean, it's like having all these like John Mesh, right? He's got to do a league where he's going to have to draft 8 defensive players.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how to do that.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
I ain't got all that kind of time. It's like if
I
I'm
think
not
it's very
drafting
hard.
fucking Khalil Mack or
Right.
JJ
Give me an
Watt.
IDP.
I don't know who to fucking.
Exactly.
It's
Give me
fine.
IDP. I will draft one guy. I can
One,
give me Aaron
one,
Donald,
exactly.
Khalil Mack. Like
Right,
you just
a
said,
big
those guys, these
brand,
great guys.
exactly.
Give me a big brand. Right. Maybe even Sherman is a long shot. We'll get him later if no one else is. I don't know.
Right,
But-
or Suggs.
or Suggs. I'll take Van Der Esch. I like Dallas.
Vander, right.
You know,
so
I'll
you
take
could get
someone
one
like
guy,
Right.
one. Yes.
Give me one, but he's got to do like 8 of these dudes, dude.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand how you do that. I don't think I could do that.
Sounds horrible.
I don't think I could do that.
And I have to track all those.
I don't
guys
want
down?
to do that. I'll tell you what. Not only do I not think I
Defense
can.
is defense. Individual play on defense isn't nearly as pivotal as individual
But
play on
don't you
offense.
agree that it is pretty shitty that you and I, who are such huge fucking fantasy fans, we know almost every player on offense,
They score points.
but we don't know defensive players at all.
They don't score points.
They do though.
But some corners, I mean, we do know the big names. You
We
know
do
the
know.
guys. You know the corners who intercept balls.
We do.
You know Tyrann Mathieu. You
Yes.
know Norman. You know.
What
like,
about Detroit? Who do you know in Detroit who's amazing at that? Darius Big Play
Darius Slay?
Slay.
Yeah.
Darius Big Play Slay. But, you know, those guys, even the one that's hurt in New Orleans right now. What's his name? Derwin? God dang it. What's his name?
Oh no.
The really good defensive player. Oh, no, not New Orleans. San Diego. I mean Los Angeles. Los Angeles. I've lost the thread, guys. It used to be San
Your
Diego.
credibility
I've lost
flew
it.
out the fucking window.
I was on to something.
You see what I'm dealing with
I
here,
was
people?
on to something. I
You know
swear.
the great guy in New Orleans? I mean San Diego.
San Diego.
I mean Los
Angeles.
Angeles. When you can't even get the city right 2 out of 3 times.
I'm not good. It's not good. Sorry.
I'm not buying it.
Sorry.
I'm not buying it. Look, there's Carly Lloyd kicking that 55-yarder. Listen, I would love to see Carly
Oh my
Lloyd.
God! And look at
fucking-
look at how skinny those goalposts were. What was that?
She-
That wasn't real. That
Yes,
wasn't
it was.
Those weren't a real goalpost though. Those were like skinnier.
They're the practice goalposts.
Oh, that's messed up. That's weird.
Listen, I would love to see it, except I don't want to see her get hit by a 285 fucking pound, all muscle defensive player. No. You're not
tell you
gonna.
what.
I'm not gonna. I mean, it doesn't.
All she has to do,
Unless she really wants it. If she really wants it, then God bless you.
all she has to do is avoid those.
And I'm not saying
situations.
she can't do the kick. I'm just saying I don't want to see her get hit by those dudes.
Right. All she has to do is avoid that.
Yeah. Well, when you're the kicker, though, guess what's happening?
When you run out of bounds, you fall down. You
No, there are 11 players dedicated to hitting you.
I understand. Well, not all 11.
Not 11, but 9.
There's several. There's
9
several.
are
There's
pushing
several.
with all of their
There's
might
several players
to hurt you.
who are coming for you.
Yes.
They are after you.
Not gonna do it. I mean, if you want it, I'll let you try. I'll let you do it. But
I
I'm
like
not gonna.
it. I like
I'm
it.
not gonna put you in
I
there.
like it. I like it.
I will be fair about
Hey,
it.
man, we've got female referees now.
Oh, is anybody running at them at full speed?
Well, I think they're right in the middle of everything.
They're in the
whole-
mix, sure. They're in the mix, and listen, they know
So,
this is
you know, that's a
not
starting point.
nearly
As
the same.
not nearly the same. Well, Who else you got now? We've gone to your wide receiver.
Baltimore defense. We've got all that. So that's it.
Your wide receivers are who? Give me your wide receiver. Give me your whole breakdown one more time.
Odell Beckham Jr., DJ Moore, Josh Gordon, Emmanuel Sanders.
I love those guys. At least two of them will be good.
And Manny Sanders, listen, I know he was injured, but he's back. He looked great.
He really does.
He looked fucking great. And Flacco is the best quarterback he's had in his career.
I really like
Flacco can throw the ball.
It's true.
And they got a good defense. It's going to give him opportunities.
Right. Chubb and
Emmanuel Sanders to me is the same thing as fucking Gurley. Like, what the fuck are you doing down there?
I can't believe
if you're going to be down there, I'm going to raise you up.
You know what, Greg? You did have a very good draft. Let me hear what else you got.
That's it.
Your tight end is Evan Ingram, and you picked up some Jason Witten. And your kicker is Zerline, and your defense is Baltimore.
The number one defense this year. It will be the Baltimore Ravens. The most sacks and the most interceptions.
Your quarterbacks again are who now?
Tom Brady and Baker Mayfield.
That's
the one place I went with youth.
Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady.
And Tom fucking Brady.
I kind of love it. It's like the young and the old, the new.
Totally, it's the best of the young and the best of the old.
It's a wonderful dichotomy you've got.
It really is. It's the best of the old and the best of the new.
I like it, man. I can't talk too much shit about it.
Thank you, buddy.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I like it a lot. And your running backs are Derrick Henry. See, he's got Derrick Henry. He's got Adrian Peterson. You know, of course he has Derrick Henry and Adrian Peterson.
I love him. I love him.
I really don't think Derrick.
And I have no affinity for any wide receiver the same way that I do for these
that
two
was
fucking.
Beautiful.
Was that Washington? It was Washington, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think those guys are all out.
But there's no other two running backs that I have any affinity for more than Adrian Peterson.
It's true.
And Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
I am obsessed with that.
He loves them. And he wound up with both. And I tell you, I almost took Adrian Peterson late.
I sharked that one from you.
You did.
You said you were about to draft him.
I got Jordan Howard. You got Adrian Peterson. Yeah. And I think it's fun. You know, I think it's in that case. I really believe you won because I know for a fact that for at least the first 3-4 weeks,
Adrian Peterson
is the number one
absolutely
running back on Washington, and I don't believe that I will have first round running back with who was it? Jordan Howard. I can't guarantee that he's going to be
right. Exactly, he's part of a guaranteed committee.
There's so many people in that, and I think Miles Sanders ultimately is going to be the best
of the three.
Of the
five.
More,
yeah. They have like 5 or 6.
It's more than 3. So that is fucked up. But I like Jordan. That's the third time I've said the F word. I'm trying not to do that.
It's all right. This isn't a kid's show.
I hope, but I want to.
You've seen it. I curse so much in this show.
You don't usually say the F word. I want to try to be better than that.
I say suck a bag of dicks.
He does say suck a bag of dicks, though. I've heard him say that a few times.
Eat a bag of dicks. A lot of dicks get eaten on this
Lots
show
of
for
stuff
sure.
Filled with bags of dicks.
Lots of bags of dicks.
But your running backs are interesting. I don't know, man. He got to be plus. I don't see how. I don't see how when we really look at his team versus my team. How long have we been? Is this like way
42 minutes? No, it's totally fine.
Great! Wow,
it is what I told you. It turns into.
I thought it would be. I thought I was gonna. We were already
now in our league. Let's look at the team that was rated number 1. This is the team that was projected the most.
Can you believe it's Casey? By the way, we have to give him. Come on, man. Is the name of his team. Casey is the owner. And usually he is not ranked number 1. Let's just put it that way.
Yes. No, actually, he's won the draft before. He actually drafts very well. He's a terrible manager. He doesn't pay any attention the rest of the season. So he's won the draft before and then just check, like he sets his lineup, whatever, but he misses every guy on the waiver wire. Like, he's always. Okay.
But didn't Casey go out of the draft? Like, didn't he? He kept.
Yeah, he kept leaving and coming back. Like, he doesn't even have steady. Right, he doesn't even have steady Wi-Fi during the draft.
fucking Wi-Fi.
Every year, by the way, every year in
never
the talk,
changes,
it's
no
always
matter
like,
what.
it's always like, come on, man, left. Come on, man, it's
is
joined.
back. Yeah, right.
Come on, man, left. Come on, man, it's joined.
Where's
Like,
Calvin? There
what
he
is
goes. There he goes.
happening?
Here he goes.
Are
There he
you
goes. Come on.
Are you
You're
driving to Arizona?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why are you still in the league if you don't have the ability
And yet he won the draft.
and you won the draft? Let's listen to it. You're right. Let's
Now,
hear this
the
team.
difference maker is this, and it wasn't by a lot, it was by like a point and a half.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick.
He got him at the very end of the second round. And Nick, our commissioner, had, because I had said, who's going to jump up in our league and draft Patrick Mahomes in the first round? Nobody, but he had said, whoever it is, it'll be come on, man, but it may not be the
He did
first.
say that. That's true. That's true.
And he was right. It was the second
And he-
round,
yep.
and it was, come on, man.
It was.
Without question, he drafted.
But not that it's bad. Look, I'm jealous.
Now his receivers are where he hurts. That's where he hurts the most.
What does he got?
But Patrick Mahomes makes up for the numbers.
Right.
So he has Keenan Allen, okay, but
Pretty
again,
good.
injury
Injury
prone.
prone, right.
But when he plays, big numbers.
I like Mike Williams this year.
Calvin Ridley. Now Calvin is maybe this is the last season.
What
I thought
round
was
did
the
he take
breakout
Calvin
season.
Ridley?
I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
But he got Calvin
Probably
Ridley,
in the seventh
who
round.
should be pretty good this season. He should have
Yeah,
a very,
he's
very
DJ
good
Moore.
season.
He's the equivalent of DJ Moore.
So, well, DJ Moore's
Atlanta.
a 1, though. DJ Moore's a 1. Calvin Ridley's a 2.
I don't know. Is Curtis Samuel not a 1? And
No,
DJ Moore's
it
a
is
2?
DJ
All right,
Moore
well,
is
maybe.
the
We'll
one.
see. We'll see.
We will
Actually,
see. You're right.
The 1 is Christian McCaffrey, by the way.
You're right about that.
That's Christian. That's he's the 1.
Then his other wide receivers are Alshon Jeffrey, who could have an
I don't like it.
unbelievably good year.
I don't like it though.
He's got fucking
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz
Yeah, it's
is
pretty
back
great.
and
Pretty great.
healthy. And
I do
listen,
like Carson Wentz. You know what? If I
This is
like
actually
Carson Wentz,
a
I
great
should
time
like.
for him to have Alshon
All
Jeffrey.
right, you're right. I should like Alshon.
Dante Moncrief, you can put that
I
in
like
the garbage.
No,
think
I
it's
don't.
horrible.
I actually like that pick.
I think
I
it's
like
terrible.
Dante Moncrief. He may be number 2 in Pittsburgh, guys. He may be number
James
2.
Washington's number 2 in Pittsburgh, make no doubt about it. Moncrief is a footnote.
All right.
Now-
This is fun. This is fun, you guys.
So those are the wide receivers.
We'll find out. in the future.
RBs, he was the top pick. So, of course, so think about this. He has Patrick Mahomes and Saquon Barkley. That's a
Who's
lot
his
of
other
points.
running backs?
His other RBs, Mark Ingram, who I really did want.
Yeah,
He
I
was
like him
on
too.
my board. I
Who else?
wanted him
But
so
is that his
bad.
number 2 though?
That's his number 2.
So that's a huge
but
drop.
guess who his 3 is? His 3 is actually his 2.
Lamar Miller.
Philip Lindsay.
Oh. I don't like Philip
He was
Lindsay.
another guy he got in front of
I
me.
don't
I
like
didn't
him.
know. You're wrong. Philip Lindsay's going to
Okay,
have
all
a
right.
dynamite.
Maybe I'm
season.
wrong.
Undervalued.
I don't like him this year. I think Royce Freeman has more yards at the end of the year than Philip Lindsay.
Nope.
That's I'm gonna say right here. You heard it here first.
Yep. Let's make another $20 bet on it.
All
You
right.
gotta pay
I've
more.
already won $20
There
from
you
this
go.
guy.
Exactly. You
It's
got
funny.
20
He
from
could have
the
won
guy.
$20 by taking
Mahomes.
Mahomes in the first round, but he would rather have taken. I love that.
I'd
You're
rather
like,
have
I'd rather
OBJ
give you $20
and give you $20.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Then have Patrick Mahomes
I love
and then be
that.
struggling to make up the rest of the roster.
Yeah, but so that's cool. So I've already won 20. So this is
So he
your
has
money.
Philip Lindsay, then he has Carlos Hyde, which is I think
Terrible.
smart. I think
Terrible.
Okay.
I hate it.
You're wrong.
I hate it.
And then Deion Lewis, which I just don't
I
think
love Deion Lewis.
I think Deion Lewis is just going to see a lot fewer reps this season than he did last
Yeah,
season.
but that's because you
They're
drafted
committed to Derrick Henry. That's right. Derrick Henry
But
is
you're
the man.
wrong about that. I think that Lewis is a great pick because Derrick Henry sucks so bad that it's going to be Lewis who winds up being the better running back in Tennessee.
Okay, then I'm going to say this right now.
Yes.
What Patrick Mahomes was to quarterbacking last season
Derrick
Henry
Oh, you are ridiculous.
will be to
That is
running
ridiculous.
this season.
That is insanity. You can't say that and mean that.
I just said it.
But you don't mean it.
I mean it with every
You don't mean
fiber
that.
of my being.
You can't pop. He's going to be better than Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
Derrick Henry is going to
More yards
Better
from
than
scrimmage.
Saquon
More
Barkley.
rushing yards from scrimmage.
He will. He will.
More touchdowns.
How many other bets do you want to make on
More
this?
40-plus yard runs than
I'll
any
I'll
running
take
back
Saquon.
in NFL history.
Can I bet that?
No.
That's a huge
And
scam.
in fact, I'm probably going to delete that from this.
You need to delete it, dude. That shouldn't.
But I
wanna
believe
copy
it.
of
I really do. He's going to do it.
He won't do it, dude. He won't do it. But do me a favor and give me a copy of this because
Wait, they're talking about it right now. Wait, roll this back. I want you to hear this.
Yeldon. Oh, wait.
Oh, but he jumped. Oh, wait. Let's turn it up.
This is fun. They are really talking.
This is them on the NFL Network right behind us.
Right now.
Right now. They're talking about my sweet baby right
now.
now.
This is crazy.
Okay, so we're gonna.
They're doing it right now.
Okay, so just listen to the NFL or NBC Sports.
Derrick Henry climbing the charts, rushing TDs by months since he came into the league. Heisman Trophy winner, Alabama. October, he's 25th of his career. November, he's 9th. And then he was off the charts last year, and that led to him being number 1 December, January since 2016. Ran for over 1,000 yards and had that 99-yarder, breaking tackles, stiff-arming guys all the way down the field against Jacksonville.
That's insane, man. But
there it is.
It's a weird metric.
It was a weird metric, but analytics count, and it just shows he's a guy who's finally peaking. Man. We're finally going to see what I've said the whole time.
You're not going to see it. I'll tell you what. He is what he's shown us that he is. He's a bust. He will bust again. He will have a couple of good games, absolutely, but he is a bust. He is not what you want. He is going to ruin your fantasy season.
Unless Melvin Gordon plays.
And Melvin Gordon will also ruin your fantasy season because he won't play until week 9. You heard it here first. Scott Furman said so.
And just to be clear,
based on nothing.
The week 9 number is selected
based on nothing.
9.
Based on
that's what it is.
Literally nothing.
Out of thin air.
It is true. Yes. It could have been pulled from my anus.
Now, he also got Justin Tucker and a defense I really believe is going to be resurging an amazing season, Jacksonville. He did some really nice drafting.
I think he was a lot of auto draft bullshit because he was in and out and in and out.
Maybe
I don't think he would have taken Justin Tucker there. Do you? Do you think he did that on purpose?
Yeah.
Hey, Casey, if you're out there, did you fucking draft Justin Tucker? Because I don't think you did, dude. I think that was the fucking auto draft, and you wouldn't have done
If so,
that.
you're going to have to thank him at the end of the season because he was
I
the first
agree.
kicker off the
board.
board.
But I'd like for you to please tell me if that's true. Did you draft Justin Tucker, or was that the computer? Because I think it was the computer. Anyway.
I got to tell you, I've eaten a lot of
food.
There's
been
a
some
lot of
good shit, you guys.
Yeah.
Look at this. Hold on, look at this. I want to show the world this. Look at that.
Here's some gorgeous beef cuisine.
Wagyu tri-tip. Hey guys, happy draft day. Thank you so much.
What a great show. And listen, you guys have a great draft. There's so many values out there. And you know what though? I'll say this.
What's that?
We were talking about how like all the mock drafts, it all flies out the window, everything gets emotional. But I found that today's draft went a lot according
like your mock draft?
to the mock draft plan.
You were number 8, correct?
Yes.
I think that makes a difference. I think that being late, being number 8, there's a lot more predictability for your mock drafts than it would be much earlier, really.
That might be true. I don't know. I'm picking second in my Comedians League, so we'll be able to test that. And that's a live draft. We're an online draft. And in an online draft, we've talked about this, all the players are ranked. So everybody's looking at the same shit with the same rankings right in a row for whatever reason. I don't know. So that's the way they're ranked. When you do a live draft, everyone has different source materials. He's looking at this ranking. He's looking at this ranking.
We've all got our cues.
Everyone's got different.
The 12 minutes the 12 minutes before the draft was us just getting all the people in our queue.
Yeah.
I mean, is that not what you do?
And so, the one online turned out in fact, for me, much like I mocked it up. I got the names I wanted in the positions that I wanted.
See, my first pick was I didn't expect to get...
You didn't expect Davante Adams because
I was off the rails.
He and I, at 7 and 8, were both hoping for Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, it's true.
And the guy at 6, which of course is not where the rankings had him, they had him behind Davante Adams, took Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
And that left Davante Adams.
So it was either him or, what else could I have gotten there?
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones. Well, of course I'm going to take Davante Adams. I didn't expect him to fall to me. This wasn't what I was expecting Le'Veon Bell. So when this happened, everything else changed. I didn't expect Dalvin Cook, but then I was like, well, fuck it, let's just go.
And for me, it
Jacobs,
was like,
Montgomery.
I'm looking at Dalvin Cook, the human hospital. I'm looking at all these guys who to me are not dependable, true RB1s. And people are mad at fucking Gurley because he didn't play that much down the stretch. But for the rest of last season, he wasn't just
Number
the
one.
best running back.
Number one.
By far.
Number
The
one.
best running back.
Number one.
So,
in every metric.
In every metric.
You can't deny it.
So, and I'm supposed to just let him slip?
No.
Fuck no. I rolled the dice, I grabbed him, and rolled the dice on OBJ being there in the second, and praise baby Jeepus.
He was there.
He was there.
Yeah, I think you've got more faith in him than I was happy I got Devontae Adams.
I can't wait to watch OBJ light up the world.
Well, you know what? Week 1 he's against the Cowboys, so I really hope it doesn't start on week 1.
Well, listen, you can't.
And you don't either.
Great, I don't. I want Cowboys to
Oh,
win.
you hear that?
Are you
Week
serious?
1.
Wait a minute. Are
And
the
he's
Cowboys
playing my
playing
brother
Cleveland
week 1.
day one?
You're playing what? No, Cowboys are playing New York first week. That's what I'm saying.
OBJ is not in New York.
Oh my God, you're right.
This
This is
what I'm doing.
This has to be the end of
This
the
is
podcast.
the end.
I
I think we've
this.
said enough. I think it's been
I'm
said.
sorry. OBJ is not in New York. OBJ is now in Cleveland.
See you later.
I want to watch this.